Hey, my name is Jacob from Greyd, and today I'm going to show you how you can efficiently manage hundreds of websites. We're going to explain why you should consider building your websites more dynamic, especially if you're managing multiple websites. And that doesn't need to be 100 websites. It could also start with just 2 websites that need to share some kind of content, some layout, some design. So let's start in the Greyd.Hub. Here I have a multi-site set up, and you can see lots of different websites inside the Greyd.Hub, but we want to mainly focus on these 2. I also have some different sites set up as here, some connections to other sites. Those will come in handy because those sites communicate to that different environment, to that different site on a different server. It's its own WordPress installation. So let's just take a look at these 2 websites. The first one, it's a fitness franchise use case, and we have this nice pink bold style. It's called Fit Life Gym, and let's just quickly go through it. We have a hero, we have some workouts that are explained below here. We have programs in here, PowerFit, Zen Yoga Retreat. We have a separator. Then we have the fitness coaches, the coaches and personal that works there. Then we have opening hours, contact details, a form, style guide just for this demo case. And let's take a look at the second site, which looks pretty much similar but has a different design. It is yellow, has a different logo, different font, and it actually is called Elevate Fit Center. But apart from that, pretty much most of it seems to be the same. We have the same workouts down here. We have a different program, but this one is the same. Okay. This one seems to be the same. Obviously, there are different people working here, entirely different people. And we have different opening hours, a different address, phone number, email, whatsoever. So a mix of things. We have, on the one hand, we have different, text information pretty much. Then we have different posts, but still the same display of them. Then we have a different program, but only some of them are different and most of them are static. And we have, headlines that are different as well. So we want to take a look at how those are built. And we first want to edit this page to just quickly see how this is built. And you see first, okay, this is a global source post. It's used at 2 different other sites. This one is the one we actually have seen right now. And this is the other server, or not necessarily another server, but another WordPress installation on the same hosting, but it could be on an entirely different hosting. And that's the one that I've connected here. And you can actually connect them yourselves. Go to the Connections tab, and there you can include a new WordPress site. You have to add the connection on both sides so they can communicate with each other, and then you're good to go. You can see here if the connection is active or something is missing or something is wrong, because you always need to be able to disable the connection from either side, just for security reasons. So this is the setup here, but we want to mainly focus on these 2 sites that I brought you here. And I want to take a look at 3 different use cases that we've built into this site. And the first one is these programs, because the programs are basically developed and spread out globally, but they are different from time to time on this local site. So there's a different program, but this seems to be the same. So first off, let's take a look at how this is built. This is built using a query loop, and inside the query loop you can see the post type program is selected. Let's take a look at the post type program. So there you can see the actual posts, PowerFit, Zen Yoga Retreat. Let's edit one of the posts. Let's edit PowerFit. Let's just make it PowerFit 2. Update it. Wait a second. And now we should see obviously PowerFit 2 here, but of course on the other side as well, PowerFit 2. So that's how easy you edit something. You just publish it and it's published everywhere. So let's just get rid of this too. That seems unnecessary. Sorry. Update. And now it's inverted back to PowerFit everywhere. But let's take a look at how this is set up. So this is set up using the post type, and the post type is made globally. And if you want to take a look at how the options are set up, it includes all the nested contents, so all the post thumbnail, post images, templates that might be included, forms that might be included. Everything is published as well. So the actual every site that uses this post type is made sure that it has all the contents that it needs. And also the individual posts of this post types are exported as well. So as soon as another site is saying, okay, I want to use this program post type, or you saying it, then it's also taking all the programs with it as well. So in this case, if I create a new program, let's just call it Strong Mind. Let's just give it one little text bar. I don't want to include an image for now, but let's just publish this one and go back. And now you can also already see, okay, this is the original post. This is the root post. And if I go to my actual page, you can now see PowerFit is not PowerFit 2 anymore. And you can see the Strong Mind post. And if you go to the other site, you can see this new post is published as well. So this is a possibility to publish, for example, news, programs, stage-wide to different sites, to hundreds of sites simultaneously, and publish new content. So in this use case, the franchise partner doesn't necessarily need to fill in new programs themselves. You can fill it in for them, or in this case, they are allowed to fill in their own programs as well, which they have done here, obviously. If I go into the programs here, the setup is the same, and you can see those are the linked posts. This is my new one, and I can actually create my own ones. I can go ahead and create new programs that are just local from here on, because this is not the root page. This is not the root side of it. So this is a good use case how you can sync content and spread out new posts across multiple sites. Let's take a look at the next section. So this is a huge layout section where you see all the trainers, all the people working in this fitness franchise. So let's take a look again on how this is built. This is built using an entire template, and this template is synced. It can be now used multiple times across the entire website, but it is synced first, and it is again built with the query loop. So we have two different query loops in here. Actually, we have one query loop for the bottom two posts and one query loop for the top post, then using an offset to make sure no post is displayed twice. And I can now go ahead and drastically change this layout of this post. For example, I want to make the headline way smaller. I want to make the text my branding one. Well, let's just not make this text my branding color anymore. Make it the third color maybe. Yeah, seems about right. And let's go ahead and move this column to the right. This looks better. Maybe use this column on the right as well. And we update it. And now you can see, if you go back to this side, obviously the layout is changed. We have the image to the right, we have the other trainers down below on the left. So yeah, this is changed, but it's also changed on the other side. If I refresh this, you can see, as well, the headlines are changed, the actual layout is kept the same, the design reference is the same, but here the colors are just different. This is my main branding color, this is my third branding color. You can see the images on the right, those trainers down below are on the left. So this is a good case on how you can sync and manage layouts. If you synchronize the entire template, you can manage the layout without actually affecting the contents or not even the design as well. And then you can reuse this template across this website, fill it with different content and still sync it. So this could be an entire section like we have it here in this example, but it can only be just a small box. Just this box, for example, can be a template as well that you reuse and make sure it always follows your corporate design guidelines across hundreds of pages if you just sync it from one master installation, for example. Let's just get rid of these changes because, to be honest, they do not look that great. And update it. And it's that easy to just revert the changes, and now they're reverted on all the sites that use the changes. Let's just double check. There we go. looks good again. And the third and last example is, how do we actually get these different informations? Where do we get that from? Is this like a post type? Is this a query loop? And to understand that, we take a look at the section at the top. So we have this headline that says, welcome to Elevate Fit Center. And also this subline says, where strength meets serenity. Let's take a look at the other club. So we have here Fit Life Gym, obviously a different name, and where everybody finds their path to wellness. So those seem to be different informations. And this is set up using the site title and the website subtitle. So actually the name and the title of the website. And those are just dynamic tags inside my headlines. So I can type in hashtag and use whatever dynamic tag I want to use, which is usually post-based. So if I select my post date, for example, it uses the post date of this page. But I don't want it to be the post information of this post. I want it to be a general global site-wide information. Global might be the wrong word here, but I want to use a site-wide information that I currently do not have. I do have, site title, site subtitle, logo, URL, but that's pretty much it. What if I want to set up more complex data? And this is what I've done here. I have franchise data in here, an address, phone, email, opening hours, Monday, Friday, Saturday to Sunday. And that's exactly what I've used here. I included the address, phone, email, Monday to Friday with dynamic text, just typing in hashtag to fill them in. And those are set up. We take a look at the franchise data, again, using a post type, but in a kind of a different way. So in this post type, we have one post and this master franchise data, and this has all the information in here. Similar on this side as well, we have one post that says Elevate Fit, and here we have different information. But let's take a look at how this post type is set up. I click Edit Post Type, and here there's an option. First, you can see how this is set up, just some meta fields, the icon, everything. And this is the option that does the magic. Make data from latest posts available globally. So instead of having to set up a query loop that can then use the meta information of this post, we can just set this little checkbox. And as soon as we do that, we pretty much configured a global option, an option of your entire site. And the latest post is automatically which is the current state of the options. So you can, for example, publish different versions based on categories, based on date, whatever, and always the latest post is the one that the data is used from. And in this way, you can provide data for your entire website, and you can reuse it, you can type it in your headline, you can link something to a globally provided data. And this way you have a really nice and really easy entry point. For example, the franchisee can actually just go here and just fill in some text fields and maybe select some images and set up some links, and that's it. And you set up everything so it automatically is referenced to this kind of data. And that's the third use case I wanted to describe. You can now go ahead and customize the user roles as well. For example, are they allowed to publish their own programs, for example? Are they maybe only allowed to publish and edit franchise data? Are there maybe a lot of these globally set up post types? You can go ahead and pretty much customize the experience you need for your use case. But what this shows is how important it is if you want to manage hundreds of websites to build sites dynamically. And using dynamic templates and post types, for example, you can really set up this information and structure this information, make it really easy for the franchisee to actually fill in the information, and make it easy for you to manage hundreds of sites with just syncing one template, one site, one post, whatever you want. So I hope you found it interesting. I hope you learned something new, and see you in the next one.
For more videos and information, please visit our Help Center.